Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sucks. I will always be the first one to say that loud and proudly. And that's not just coming out of nowhere. It's not like I haven't played these previous games and enjoyed them or have some underlying hatred for the series. That's nowhere near the truth. This just happens to be the latest edition of the Pokemon series, and I think after all these years, it deserves just a little bit of scrutiny. So let's get right into it. This is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sucks, but I love it. Pokemon Scarlet is a game that takes a classic Pokemon experience and adds a whole new level of excitement. This game features all new regions to explore, new Pokemon, and multiple storylines that are sure to keep you engaged for hours on end. However, too much of a good thing can be bad for you. Since we have another open world Pokemon game, we are able to travel like we have never been able to before, and this allows for tons of exploitation and exploration. For example, in the first few hours of playing, you can easily sequence break the game to reach new areas much earlier than you would normally be able to. In my first few hours of playing, I ended up performing one of these sequence breaks and catching myself a level 30 Arcanine. Neat! Except it doesn't listen to me, but that's kind of my own fault. I thought it was super cool that the game allows you to explore and really push it to its limits on what you're able to do, but now of course that becomes a problem because it takes up some of the fun out of grinding in the game. I know not everyone likes to grind up levels, but that's one of my favorite things to do in RPGs. Reaching max level and being able to one-shot anything in your path is a feeling you just can't replace. One of the most exciting features of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is the new roster of Pokemon. With over 300 different returning Pokemon and about 100 new ones to catch and train, you'll have plenty of time to keep you busy. In addition to the classic Pokemon, you'll also be able to find new regional variants of those Pokemon and never before seen Pokemon that are exclusive to this game, like Poison Ground Wooper or Flying Electric Pikachu. Wait, what the fuck? But that's not all. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet also introduces a new battle system that is more challenging and strategic than it's ever been before. With new moves, abilities, and strategies, you'll need to think more carefully about your Pokemon's moves in order to emerge victorious. It also brings us the Terra types and Terastalization, which, we're gonna have to talk about that. Terra types are a third typing assigned to Pokemon through Terastalization, and they can increase the power of Pokemon's moves with the same Terra typing. So, to give an example, if you have a Pikachu that is Terra type Flying and you Terastalize it, all his moves while Terastalized will be stronger. You get it? No? Well, too bad! Because Terra types vary so wildly, it's easy to spend significant amounts of time searching around only to find a few star crystals, meaning players trying to farm endgame content might struggle to find fights worth picking. On top of that, since you would need to go back to the Pokemon Center to review the ability to use Terastalization in the first place, it messes with pacing while actually playing the game. I think this was made strictly from a competitive Pokemon angle, and I didn't think they thought about how hard it would be to actually utilize Terastalization in actual play. It's just too inconvenient and time consuming for a payout that's not all that amazing in regular gameplay. Now, one of the biggest criticisms for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is the quality, or rather the lack of quality. It lacks the polish and attention to detail that you would expect from a game made in this day and age, and this resulted in a bunch of bugs, glitches, and other issues that can detract from the overall gaming experience. Pokemon Scarlet's new regions can also be a mixed bag. While the idea of exploring new territories is exciting, some players have found that the regions lack the charm and character of other previous Pokemon games. This might be a problem with the Switch, but the game can't seem to handle the open world that it's made in. If you're too far away from NPCs, they start buffering really horribly, and seeing assets pop into existence out of nowhere as you get close to them is never not going to be jarring for the viewer. This isn't just an issue for Pokemon either. The same thing has happened with tons of new games, and this is starting to get old. Another criticism of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is the battle system. While it tries to add new features and mechanics, it can often feel unbalanced and overly complicated. Like we already talked about the Terra typing, it gets kind of worse. Terra types basically add a kind of fake out to normal gameplay and makes you think a lot more while attacking and defending, and it might make the game a little bit more complicated for competitive play, but it's hard to say. Finally, the story and pacing of Pokemon Scarlet are somewhat annoying. they kind of throw all the story paths at you pretty early into the game, and it's just strange that they couldn't figure out a different way to introduce them. You have Nemona, who wants to battle you all the time and do all the gyms. You have the mystery person who hacks your phone and basically asks you to take care of Team Star. And then there's Arvin, whose goals is to make a perfect sandwich. Like, what is going on here? It's like, who do you choose? Which one you're supposed to go with? Like, what do you do? As the scatterbrain that I am, having all these options thrown at me all at once was just kind of overwhelming, to say the least. It didn't make sense story-wise either. Like, for example, what happened if you lose all of your battles with Nemona? Would she really think that you're a talented trainer and talented enough to become a champion? And with that same beat, why would anyone think you could defeat Team Star if you lost your battle against them? Or Arvin, why would he think that you could beat the Titan Pokemon? It's like, where's the logic here? I just have like a level 10 Pokemon, bro. It's just really strange. It like assumes that you're like this godly Pokemon trainer, and that's just not the case. But I don't know. The story is really strange in this one. But of course, with all that being said, there's one really good part that comes out of the story, and that is the rival Nemona. She is amazing, to say the least. Everyone calls her Goku, and that's basically what she is. She literally wants to battle you whenever she can get the chance, and is super excited about doing so. Even though she's holding back on us from the start. Like, remember, she's the champion. She is the end game. She's literally just toying with us until she can have a strong opponent to fight in the end. What is that? Like, that's Goku. That's Goku stuff. Who does that? She's really strange. But it makes the story a little bit more fun when you just run into her every now and then. I do have to say the competitive aspects of this game are awesome, and I would highly recommend it to anybody trying to get into the competitive Pokemon scene. I don't think it has ever been this welcoming. There are plenty of cool designs for Pokemon to allow you to make your Pokemon dream team, and there's tons of resources in-game and from other players online to help you properly build your team. So there you have it. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet sucks, but I still love it. These games may not be the right choice for everyone, and these criticisms are subjective, but it is important to keep these things in mind when deciding whether you want to try this new game or not, and see if Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is for you. Do you guys like Scarlet and Violet? Let me know in the comment section below, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more videos like this in the future. Thank you so much. Peace.